Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get to this podcast off the ground, I had so many questions. How do I record an episode? Where do I find my background music? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places people like to listen? Where do I find the advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. So, if you want to start a podcast, go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. Hey guys, and welcome to the Wednesday Awakens. Well, to let you know that I'm recording this on a Friday because The Mandalorian is going to be up on Tuesday. Although, we are, of course, speaking of The Mandalorian, that's what we're getting, you know? After going to the doctor and, of course, throwing up, you know, stuff myself with food. They're going to take it easy this time. But, we're going to cover with a lot of topics to talk about. Some of them good, some of them not so much, but we need to cover this now. You know what, actually, I'm not going to do any topics today, but instead, we're going to be talking about is The Mandalorian series premiere. The name of the episode is Chapter 1. Well, actually, yeah, they're going to go by chapters. But I'm not too upset about it because, you know, if you're going to make a story, you best call it chapter. Well, after such a disappointment with Season 8 of Game of Thrones, but this show is a fresh breath. It's a breath of fresh air. Because I just saw Chapter 1 and it is really wonderful. It really, really happened. You know? That's my first impression. This is a breath of fresh air. If you have watched Season 8 Game of Thrones. But this is a must watch. We're going to begin with the plot of Chapter 1. Well, I mean, this is a spoiler-free review, you know? This is not a full-on review. Where we see what the Mandalorian have began with. He got with a bounty, and then made the deal. Now he's got to go to the other planet to collect the bounty. And yes, I really enjoyed Chapter 1 because, you know, unlike the one where I laugh, this show I took very, very seriously. You always see the IG 11. There's characters on there like Carl Weathers, Nick Nolte, Taika Waititi, the one who played Hitler on Jojo Rabbit, Korg on the MCU, And of course, he plays IG-11 in this show. And it also includes Warner Hensog. And that's the cast of the episode that are in it. But, however, I am going to say, of course, that this is a spoiler-free review again, but, you know, I'm going to go ahead and say it, but my thoughts on it, I think it was... this is amazing, you know? You know, the setting... Of course, the setting of nostalgia, like the planets look like Tatooine, and of course the planets. The Razor Crest, looks amazing because it kind of looks like the classic with George Lucas. Like the original trilogies, from the 70s and the 80s, from 77 to 83. And that's what I'm trying to say. Is the Mandalorian. If you guys are not looking forward to, of course, Rise of Skywalker, and I understand that, then you should check this out, and this could be your breath of fresh air after what happened with The Last Jedi. This could be your breath of fresh air. Alright, guys. But if I do get a chance to watch it again, there's going to be a review, so yeah. So be sure to be careful, because this is going to be a spoiler warning. If you have not watched The Mandalorian, sign up for Disney Plus and get it right now. Or you're going to be part of the Mandalorian's bounty. Well, you've been warned. Okay, guys, I'm going to get to a spoiler warning. So, if you don't want to hear what I have to say, then turn it off right now. Alright, then stop this audio right now if you haven't seen The Mandalorian. Unless you don't care about Disney Plus, then you're in what you're in for. But, however, if you hear the Imperial alarm, that means we're in spoiler territory now. So you've been warned. Alright, we begin with the Mandalorian. With the logo. Or with the faces of Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, BB-8, AT, C-3PO. It says Star Wars. And did it begin with a long time ago in the galaxy far, far away? Well, nope. No, it did not. But it did begin with, of course, the Razor Crest. Going to the cantina. Well, began with the cantina. And the alien's been confronted by Huttese group. Of course, the Mandalorian interrupted. And then he got everything he wanted. Well, not everything. Well, the Mandalorians just come in for a drink. And then, of course, the fight scene break out. And of course, about the alien getting cleaved, what I hoped for, guess what? I got it. I got what I hoped for. The alien, including cleaving an alien. got cleaved in half with the door. And then the alien who's been harassed by the Huttese gang thanked the Mandalorian. And that's for giving some credits. Although, he's not here for the credits. He's actually here for him. Like he's the bounty. The title card. And then we see one of the characters played by Brian. Forgot his name, but he was part of the. But he is already part of the show. And then took it to the Racer Crest. And then, of course, he was eaten. So yeah, it begins at chapter 1. And then you see, try and go for the Racer Crest, and then the Mandalorian used trademark gun. Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm going to call him the Mandalorian. Oh, yeah, Mithril is the bounty's name. And then, of course, as the Mandalorian was flying the crest, and of course, Mithril goes down and he sees the cat talking, and then he saw 1, 2, 3 bounties in carbonite. He's like, it's not gonna end well for me, is it? And like, you got that right. And then, of course, and now he's been placed in carbonite. And then we see Carl Weathers' character, Grief Karga, gave him the money for the bounty. And then here comes the biggest score, of course. Just told him to meet with the client. A 50-year-old target. Yeah, he says meet with the client at the next planet, and then, of course, the 50-year-old. And it's at Planet Beskar. Yeah. And then he took the Racer Crest, and that goes to Arvala 7. Where he's battling those creatures. Like, chewed down on his armor, and then the second one tried to get him, but knocked it out cold. They meet with Kuil. The one that says, I have spoken. And of course, the Mandalorian, looking for a 50-year-old bounty, 50-year-old target. You just saw some of the things. And then we see IG-11, played by Korg himself. Taika Waititi? I got that one right. Waititi. And this is like an Old West, where you shoot them up. You shoot them up, shoot them up, shoot them up. And then they respond with the turrets using the fire. Then IG-88, 11, just wanted this dude to try to attempt to self-destruct. And then the Mandalorian used the turrets. Well, no, like I say, the music, it kind of threw me off there, But then we see Claire to find a bounty. But speaking of, Mandalorian start having flashbacks of his young days. Of his young days with the Separatists attacking his own planet. His parents took him in a shelter. And then they found an infant, which is the same species as Yoda. But although speaking of Yoda, yeah, we all know Yoda had died. And then IG-11 tried to terminate that infant because it's a 50-year-old target. But that infant is not 50 years old. It's more like a 5-month-old baby, Is that... Did Yoda have a wife? Who's his wife? Was it Yaddle's baby? Was it Yoda's baby? But I'm not going to get into speculation. That Eddie just also threw me off. But although he did have a moral, value. Yeah. Yeah, G11 is destroyed in The Mandalorian. Just looking down on the baby. So, yeah. We're going to get 4 more chapters written by Jon Favreau. Well, next one's going to be directed by Rick Famuyiwa. And then chapter 3, Deborah Chow. 4th one, Bryce Dallas Howard. And oh boy, the 5th one. Oh boy. Dave Filoni is also going to write the episode. Man, oh man, oh man. This is not going to end well. That's what I'm afraid of. Chapter 6. Well, they're going to be called chapters. And then chapter 7, and then chapter 8. With Rick Famuyiwa again, and then Deborah Chow again, and then Korg himself. Other than that, I really did enjoy the episode of The Mandalorian. I mean, sure, it's not like that much to talk about, but but I like it, Music throws me off. The ending threw me off. But other than that, I'm pretty impressed. I'm really impressed with the episode. So, yeah. I think now's a good time to end the episode and the review.